Anki is an app for making flashcards, but it's much more than just a digital version of paper flashcards. Anki learns from you to provide a personalized study experience that's way more effective than simple paper flashcards. This video will show you how to use a mobile app, but the computer program is pretty simple. I'm using an old iPad right now to make this video, so Anki will look just a little different on your iPhone, but all the buttons should be in the same spots. First, once you install Anki on your phone, using the download code we sent you, you should click the Synchronize button on the bottom right of the screen to log into your account. The username is going to be your Arcadia email address, which I'm typing in right now, and then the password will be the word Spanish in all lowercase letters. So username is your Arcadia email address, and password is Spanish, all lowercase. This will synchronize your account on your phone with the web server, which has all the flashcards loaded already. What you should do next is click the download button, and this is going to download the flashcards that have already been made onto your phone. So click download, it's loading the flashcards now. And every day when you study, you should click that synchronize button again on the bottom right corner just to make sure that your data is saved. Now, what you see on the main screen here is the Spanish 102 flashcard deck. You can create decks for your other classes as well, but let's go into the Spanish 102 one now by clicking on it. What we're looking at is the front of a card, and just like you would be studying with normal paper flashcards, you should answer this out loud or in your head. Once you do that, click anywhere on the screen to see the answer, which in this case will be the English meaning of this word. The button you click at the bottom will depend on how well you did while answering this flashcard. If you got it wrong, you should click the very first button, the red one that says 1M, that stands for 1 minute. When you press that, Anki will show you this card again in less than a minute because it knows that you didn't get it and you need to see it again. Now for this next card that we see right now, if you answer this and you click the screen to see the answer and you got it right, but you were only okay at it, it wasn't super easy, what you should do is click the button in the middle, the green one that says 10M, that stands for 10 minutes. It'll show you again in 10 minutes, but you'll answer some other cards first. For this card, answer it in your head or out loud, click the screen to see the answer, and if you got this one right and it was super easy, you should now click the third button, the one that says 4D, what stands for 4 days. Anki won't show you this card again for 4 more days because it knows you already know it. You don't need to see everything every day. If there's something you know well, it's actually better to not see it again until quite a bit of time has passed. So you can then go through and study the flashcards in this way. You'll see the card, click the screen to get the answer, and then categorize it by how easy the card was. If the card was difficult for you, you should put it, click the 1 minute button so you see it again. If you got it right but it was a little bit difficult, press the middle button. And if you got it right and it was easy, you press the last button. Research in human memory shows that it's actually better to only test yourself on something right before you're about to forget it. If you test yourself on the exact same thing every day, you'll never have a chance to push your memory. So by saving information about how easy or difficult a card was, even if you got it right, Anki builds a schedule that is optimal for your memory. So what I'm doing right now is just going through a couple different cards. I'm actually pressing buttons randomly, but of course you should press a button based on how easy the card was for you. And Anki will show you tomorrow the cards that you struggled with today because it knows you need to see them again. But for the cards that were fairly easy today, you may see them tomorrow, and if they're still good tomorrow, you probably won't see it then for another 2 to 4 days. For the cards that are already super easy, it's going to wait longer before it shows you those cards. This is the optimal way to study material, to study only the things that are difficult now, with increasing delays between each time you next quiz yourself on those cards. You should study with Anki for a few minutes every day. Aim for 5 minutes, but if you can do 10, that's even better. Use your random downtime during the day to get a few flashcards in. So for example, if you're waiting for class to start, take out your phone and maybe do 5 to 10 flashcards in 45 seconds or less. If you're waiting in line for something, again, get a few more flashcards in. Maybe you just put food in the microwave. Study a few more flashcards. If at the end of the day you didn't have any time to study your flashcards, take those 5 minutes while you're in bed before you fall asleep to just do a bit of studying. Anki works best if you use it every day because it creates this schedule of only showing you what you need to know when you need to know it. So aim to do it a little bit every day. And what you'll find is that when it comes time for your actual exam in class, you don't have to study much for it because using this scheduling formula, Anki will have already put this information in your long-term memory.